G'day and welcome to another episode of Kiwi Car Life, and today we're going to be installing some Tein Lowering Springs and some Sparco DS1 wheels on Erl the Accord. But first, let's go and get these wheels from Palmerston North. We're in Sally the CRZ. It's not actually called Sally though, is it? No. What is it called?
I don't have a name for it.
Oh, you don't have a name for it? Oh, okay. But yes, anyway, we're in the CRZ. Check out my review, I'll link it up over here somewhere. Now that we've got the wheels, it's time to give them a good clean, because I've seen Nissan Teeters with less brake dust than these. Now don't worry, I'm not stupid enough to put gold wheels on a silver car, that would just look preposterous. What I'm going to do instead is get Erl the Accord repainted blue. I mean, the wheels are painted dark grey, sorry, that's what I meant to say. But in the meantime, let's have a look and see how the car looks, rides and handles with the stock suspension. Alright, so we're going to do 3 different tests. First we're going to do the ride height test, then we're going to do the handling test, and then we're going to do the ride comfort test with Connor being the adjudicator. But first, does it pass the shoe test? That's a fail. Right, so next we're going to do a handling test. I've got my motorway on-ramp proving ground here. We're going to do it now with the stock springs, see how fast we can go, and then do it with the aftermarket springs. Right, here we go. That's basically all she wrote. Oh, about 75 is all I think we got. Righty, so finally, we're going to do the ride comfort test. And on the stock suspension going over these speed humps at 40, it's not terrible, is it? It's a bit of a bump. Now let's have a look at my new Tein suspension. And here it is. Let's open it up. Look at that, very nice. So in here we've got a front suspension and some rear suspension. Oh yo, one other thing I didn't realise it came with was some nice stickers. Well, there we go, this is what we got. Amazing to think that this big piece of green metal-y thing can make my car look like an absolute weapon. Oh, nice. In terms of appearance, it now looks really rather excellent. The fitment of the wheels is obviously less than ideal, as they're kind of sitting quite far in from the guard, but from this angle it looks great. A nice amount of low, but not too much where you're going to start scraping on things all the time. Okay, so next we're going to try the motorway on-ramp test. I've got a camera on my head this time so that you can see a little bit better what's going on. Now last time we managed 75 kilometers an hour. Let's see what we can do with the new suspension. That's about all she wrote. I'm going to say about the same, to be honest. The outright grip, I would say, is not really that much different, but instead of kind of rolling from side to side before gripping up, it just immediately grips and turns in. The way I would describe this now is that it feels like a Euro R, but with a K24 engine. But, despite the lack of power, it still goes pretty darn well, I've got to say. If I were to plot the ride comfort of this car now on a graph, and how it was when it was stock, i.e. very comfortable, was over here, and my Integra Type R, or that lowered Z4 that I reviewed, would be over here, then I'd probably put it somewhere in the middle. If anything, I'd probably put it on a similar level to the latest Civic Type R, where it can handle the bumps alright, and it's a firm ride, but it's not a crashy ride. That's where I would differentiate this from, say, my old DC5. All we need now is the freshly repainted wheels. Oh look, they're done.